This video app review is brought to you by the iPhone appreview.com.
What's up, everybody? This is Luke Patrick with the iPhone appreview.com. Today we're slinging out yet another video review, this time taking a look at an application called Thief Lupin 2, or Thief Lupin the sequel, however you want to view it. But this application is available for free in the iTunes App Store. So if you want to go ahead and grab it and play along at home, you are more than welcome to. Excuse me, I had to turn down the brightness on my beautiful new iPhone 6, which is what we'll be playing this game on while we review it. Alright, so again, this is a free application in the iTunes App Store. You can grab it now. And it is what I would call a, I would say action arcade game. So it's a definitely an arcade game where it has you pitting yourself against yourself quite a bit to get high scores and to get, so to speak, 3 stars in the Angry Bird sense on all levels. But it's got a very action-oriented focus, so I'll show you how that works, beginning with the character that we have here. So I don't have any of the other characters unlocked, though there are quite a few. And they actually all come with various backstories, and I kind of thought it was cool because they're all recognizable entities. So for instance, Lupin is kind of this Phantom of the Opera guy. But then beyond that, you have like Franken, who's actually got a story about, I forgot exactly what his deal is, but basically he's got a pretty cool little backstory, as does Tutankhamun, etc., etc. So I thought that was cool. There's actually a lot of effort that's gone into they're pretty much prefab. I mean, Frankenstein is Frankenstein. He's already got a backstory, but they gave him a new one. So that level of detail we'll talk about more in just a second. But let's go ahead and just hit the start button. We'll crank into this and show you how it works. So as stated, this is kind of an action-adventure game, having the core premise of basically you're going to be stealing art. You're going to be doing that all across the world, which I can zoom out and kind of show you. So we've got the Neuschwanstein Castle, which is right there, the Caribbean Sea with the British flag being from the Caribbean a little bit. That's kind of interesting. Statue of Liberty, and then of course Mount Fuji and various other places. So you get to go all around the world stealing artwork, as a good art thief, really should do. So we're going to go ahead and start this and then hit the start button. You can choose various power-ups over here. I don't have enough money to do that, so we're not gonna. We also have challenges along the side here that will basically tell you what you should aim for within the level to get the most points for your money. But we're going to skip all that. We're just going to go ahead and get into this, and then we'll show you how it works. Alright, so we're about to go. It tells me touch to stop, release to jump. So I've already screwed that up as far as getting all the rubies. I missed some there. But we're going to go through several levels of this, and I'm going to try to avoid these obstacles that keep popping up. It's kind of hard to do this and actually shoot at the same time, so I'll do my best. Obviously, I have health bars, and I have armor bars that will go down as time goes onward. The more times I hit an obstacle, obviously, the worse it's going to be for me. And I'm going to try to get all of these various rubies in order to pass the level. That's the goal. And if I screw up, then I'm going down, and everything is not great. So far, so good. Let's hope I keep it up. It is pretty hard to keep this in focus and actually do this at the same time, in fact. So things you may not have known, shooting video reviews and doing action puzzlers is kind of difficult. The longer you hold it down, the more he will jump. And in this way, you will play this sort of staccato-y action kind of puzzling sort of mixture is how I would call it. You have to time things really precisely, you have to do them well, and you have to obviously not hit the various objects that appear. It is pretty difficult, I have to say, especially if you're not used to thinking like this. It's just not your kind of typical action puzzler fare, especially with the fact that you have to basically think about when to stop as opposed to when to go or when to jump. It's curiously counterintuitive, at least for me anyway. I didn't play the original Thief Lupin, so maybe this is easier for those that have done this. This is one of the boss characters, actually, that appears later, the monkey there. Obviously, this may be easier for those that are fans of the genre and have played it quite a bit. I am new to this, and so it's giving my brain a real workout, I will say that. And usually I'm hot to trot for these things. So with that in mind, it does behave exactly as you'd expect it to in terms of physics, which is good. That's something we talk about basically. If you hit it and it doesn't seem to jump in the way that you think a jump should behave, that'll really throw off your groove in terms of arcade gaming, because nothing works right. It feels weird. So anyway, with all of that in mind, the graphics are simply phenomenal. As you can tell, there's been a lot of effort put into making sure the game looks great. And of course, this time it happens to go pretty well, naturally. Controls cannot be simpler. Just tap to stop and then do the various actions that are required throughout the game. It comes with a gigantic number of levels as well as characters, all of which are appreciated. And of course, if I wanted to, I could go back and actually try to get 4 stars on all of these various levels. This is kind of the king app of in-app purchases in terms of various items and things that you can procure, but you don't exactly need to. That's not something that you're required to get. So we're going to say, for the immediate time being, that if you want to play Thief Lupin 2, you don't have to pay for anything because the application is totally free in the iTunes App Store, which is how we like our arcade games for sure. It is quite innovative. It's very much unique. I don't know of any other arcade games out there actually that have you stealing artwork, for instance. That's pretty cool. It is very challenging, so expect that. Be prepared to deal with that. Other than that, the artwork is phenomenal. We really enjoy it. There's a great level of detail that's been put into everything from the story to the slight little references about nationality or the arcade game genre in general. It's obvious that the developers have put a lot of time into making this a great game, and the end results speak for themselves. This is in fact a great game, and we really enjoy it. So, with all of that in mind, Thief Lupin gets Thief Lupin 2. Big difference there. The other one is already quite massively popular. This one gets a 4.5 out of 5-star rating from us here at the iPhoneAppReview.com, though I did only just get 3 stars myself. That is all I have to say about it. So again, free, totally fun to play. You should grab it if you're into this sort of thing. There's a lot of incentive to keep playing it, and in general, it's amazing looking. So again, 4.5 out of 5 stars from us here at the iPhone App Review, and that's all I have to say about it. So I'm going to go ahead and sign out, but we will see you guys later.